Let's ride. Okay, before I start my podcast this afternoon, really, um, I, you know, I want to go ahead. I'm gonna try to do this something a little different, and and I've been kind of like had a smile on my face for the past 72 hours, and it's been like that. So people that's listening on my podcast via Facebook, via YouTube, and now recently Twitter. Excuse my voice because my throat's a little parched, so bear with me. I want to read something. First of all, let me welcome y'all to my podcast. This is Mr. O once again. You know, I'm saying like that, Commander, your humble servant, your loyal to all this. And I want y'all to listen to the article I'm about to say. And like in my podcast, the picture I got up there, if you download them, is a picture of Colin Kaepernick. So I'm gonna do a follow up on this. So I'm gonna read this I got from Black Sports Online, and and I'm gonna come back with my commentary. Um, yeah, because the latest thing is also you see a picture not only Colin Kaepernick, but you see a picture of New York Giants wide receiver Victor Cruz, who all of a sudden he's come out and had a strong opinion about Kaepernick sitting out doing the national anthem. I say it was only going to be a matter of time before they found one. Well, let me just read this to you. While it was widely reported that most of the players around the league agreed with Colin Kaepernick's posture on not standing for the national anthem and the American flag, which is Star Spangled Banner, it ain't even a flag, one Giants star was in total disagreement. Giants wide receiver Victor Cruz made it known to USA Today and reporters that he disagreed with Colin Kaepernick's decision to sit during the national anthem. Now, I'm going to try to do my best imitation of this idiot. From Cruz. He said, I think personally the flag is the flag, regardless of how you feel about the things that are going on in America today and the things that are going on across the world with gun violence and things like that. You got to respect the flag and stand up with your teammates. It's bigger than just you, in my opinion. Yeah, your opinion. I think you go up there. You're with your team and you pledge your allegiance to the flag and the national anthem as a team. And then you go about your business, whatever your beliefs are. Colin is his own man. He decided to sit down and sit out. That's his prerogative. But from a personal standpoint, I think you have to stand out there with your team and understand that this is a game and understand that's what's going on in the country. Ooh, I'm just going to pause right here for 1 second. It's ironic that he tried to get out there and talk about. Let me just come back with that. I'm gonna come back to that. Let me continue. The main thing we have to remember is that Cruz's statements and opinions are his right as an American and should be respected just like Kaepernick's. Now, I don't agree with Cruz's statement that the flag is the flag, insinuating that we as black men in this country should literally just quote unquote stand for anything. All right. Let me go back to that stupid comment that Victor Cruz has said. With all the things that, regardless how you feel about the things that are going on in America today and the things that are going on across the world with gun violence and things like that, at the end of the day, I still got to respect the flag. Let me tell Mr. Victor Cruz something. And, I don't give a shit if you're listening or not, because you can't pull that bullshit with me. Victor Cruz, like myself, and like Colin Kaepernick, he's a Scorpio. So I can see a bullshitter a mile away. And shout out to Mr. Superboy 223 for I seen that video of he did of Victor Cruz as a coon. Victor Cruz has now become the latest member, the latest occupant of the COON train. You know, I think personally, Victor Cruz just need to shut the fuck up. It'd have been more best if he didn't say nothing at all. To be honest with you, you know, because I, like myself and a few others, stand behind Colin Kaepernick. I stand behind Colin Kaepernick 10,000,000%. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, Muhammad Ali is smiling on this brother. And Jim Brown is smiling, as well as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know, Victor Cruz, I don't know where he trying to get in being good with his white counterparts. Because, you know, Victor Cruz, you know he Puerto Rican. Or if I'm wrong, what's his ethnicity or his nationality is or whatever. I mean, his nationality, I'm sorry. Because Hispanic is an ethnicity. That's not a race. You know, he around here shucking and jiving and buck dancing too, you know. But don't be surprised that you see Victor Cruz may end up trying to do a Sammy Sosa or something like that. Might start bleaching his skin or some bullshit like that. But this right here, what he said, is probably the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my life. And he's saying to Colin, oh, it's bigger than just you, in my opinion. Yeah, that's why it's an opinion, Victor. Shoot. Seeing our young brothers and sisters and innocent black children being murdered on the streets by these race soldiers, white supremacists who are pretending to be law enforcement officers, and by these judges and these DAs is, of course, it's bigger than you or bigger than that as well. Yeah, see, people know you because you Victor Cruz, number 80, wide receiver for the New York Giants. You can score a touchdown and you do your goddamn Sosa dance and everything. But I guarantee you, you take that uniform off and you put on your regular street clothes and walk around in the Meadowlands. Let's see you get pulled by a New Jersey state trooper and stuff like that. He just gonna look at you as being another nigger. You know, Victor Cruz, much like Cam Newton, they have a very bad disease of calling got a bad case of foot and mouth disease. Instead of them, you know, just saying, you know, just showing him to just shut the fuck up because you don't even know what you're talking about. So, you know, at the same time, so he's saying, okay, at the end of the day, he also said, you go up there with your team, you pledge your allegiance to the flag, national anthem as a team, and then you go about your business. Oh, so that means like when I hear another young brother and young sister getting innocent, unarmed, black man or black woman or a black child get murdered and get killed by cops, that's by white supremacists that's pretending to be cops, I'm supposed to go about my business and I'm supposed to suffer in silence. Fuck you. Victor Cruz can kiss my ass is all I can say. And I guarantee you like this, he can't whoop my ass because shit, he'll get his ass handed to him by me personally. You know. It's just been a lot more, just like when Cam Newton came with that little stupid statement talking about there's no racism in America. We're beyond that. Doing the damn Stephen A. Smith. He just got his ass handed to him in the Super Bowl by other controversial standards. We all know how that played out. You know. But then he trying to do all this. But like I said, Colin knows that it was gonna be some backlash by the hate trolls and the white supremacists. And you know, and they on Twitter, they on his Facebook page, they all this other stuff calling them nigga this, nigga that, da 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 da. You know. You know, so Victor Cruz, you know, he's an idiot, man. He's a real fucking idiot. But it's gonna be a matter of time for, you know, this clown. He gets his nigga moment too. But you know, the beautiful thing about this, Colin got these jokers mad because all these people saying all this stuff about Colin Kaepernick and you know, this and that and all that, saying, oh, you getting paid. They're saying, shoot, he getting paid $115 million. So how the hell is he oppressed and all that? Let me explain something to you. And let me explain this to my people who go along with that dumbass rhetoric. Just because you got money or you financially better off doesn't omit you to oppression. Let me repeat that again. My main man, Taurine Rain, would say the same thing, and Irv Griffin, he would say the same thing, as well as Jay Miller Speaks, The Advice Show, they would say the same thing too, as well as my boy Michael Sowell and Ray Rivera. Just because you are financially better off doesn't omit you to oppression. I can relate totally to what Colin Kaepernick's saying. And you know what? I'm here in the South Florida area, you know, born and raised right here. And I'm not a Dolphin fan, but kudos go out to Adrian Foster, former Texan running back. Now he wears the aqua and orange. And he 100% agree with Colin Kaepernick. You know, it's ironic that even some of our people in our community, you was often saying that you want our black athletes to get out there to stand up and speak up because of that. And then when one of them do, you also got the same ones they want to speak up, want him to shut up, want them to be quiet. All right, goddamn it, shit, which one is gonna be? You think anything that come out of a white man's mouth is supposed to be golden? Nah. The motherfuckers lie to your face right there, man. Typical white supremacist trick. When they say stuff like, you know, things like me and my buddy of mine on Facebook, and you know, you had this suspected white supremacist. I'm not even gonna mention her name. Come on there and try to refute the claim about with Kaepernick and all, you know, him not say like, well, he should respect the flag, da da da. And then the first thing, this is a typical thing they do. They say, you know, I stand with blacks, I fight for blacks, da da da. I got black friends, da da da. But as he eloquently put it, he also checked her back and let her know that, you know, you talk about people that pledge their life to fight for this country, but the same ones who do that also fight for us for the right to agree to disagree. It's not required of us to go ahead and stand up for the national anthem, which I'm going to jump on in a few minutes and all that, because the national anthem should be abolished the same way as that goddamn Confederate rag, and I'm gonna tell you why. Tell you why in a few. But let me jump on this old house nigga here, Victor Cruz. Yeah, you one of these old salsa dancing motherfuckers and everything like that. You want to get out there and put on the show, and you part of that We Seek Boss crew. That's what he a part of. Straight coon. But see, by the end of the day, Mr. Cruz, you'll never be half the man that Colin Kaepernick is. Because see, you bitch made coons make me sick. You make me sick to my damn stomach. You, Cam Newton, who's the other idiot? I'll find out who he is. But right now my ire is at Victor Cruz. You know, I personally hope that the New York Giants lose every last one of his game, and let's see his ass get his leg broke. See how he like it. You mad at this young brother and stuff like that because he took a stand. Because it just goes to show you, I don't care how much money you got or how much influence you got, you know, you see shit that's not even right. He's speaking up about it. And even the 49ers, even they defend him. His own teammates defend him. He said, like, look, everybody has their right, everybody has their belief. It's not required of him to stand up for the national anthem and all that. Oh, let me show you something else. I could show you a picture of the GOP presidential debate. As you've seen, I don't know if you've seen the pictures probably circulated around. Probably go on Facebook, you'll see it on my post or my brothers in arms post. I'm not even going to mention his name because I keep that anonymous. A picture of Marco Rubio, Ben Carson, another coon, Donald Duck Trump, and Eduardo Rafael Cruz. You know, that's Ted, the one that looked like Grandpa from the Monsters. Now, all them fools got their hand over their heart with the Pledge of Allegiance. All except Donald Trump. Donald Trump just standing there like, really? And you know, like I said, I'm not a big Trump fan and all that, but you know one thing I could appreciate Donald Trump about? At least he's showing you and he telling you who he is and what he's about. Not to get off subject here, but that's the way Trump has always been, and that's how he will continue to be. Now, as far as November comes, I ain't got no say-so on that. I say that for another time and another place. You know, because he's a low life too. You know, trying to use Dwayne Wade's cousin's death as motivation for his campaign. I mean, not motivation, as talking points. I'm sorry, as talking points during his campaign. I think that was just low, as low as you could get. But not to get off topic. You know, Victor Cruz, you know, he ain't no different from a lot of other blacks. I mean, you know, other blacks and non-whites that basically come from out of the Caribbean. They get to show us here in America. And they think, you know, you making millions of dollars, you drive a nice car, you wearing the finest clothes, da-da-da-da-da-da. You think you got it good. But at the same time, a lot of those guys haven't been over here long enough. I could bring it closer here home in my South Florida area. Because when I see brothers and sisters that come over from the Caribbean, particularly like in Jamaica or Dominica or, you know, Barbados or Cuba or somewhere like that, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, Anguilla, and stuff like that, you know, when they tell you, talking about saying, well, I've been over here so and so for this number of years. I ain't never had no type of racial problems and all that and stuff. I just chuckle at them. I really chuckle at them because, see, that's because you haven't come across nothing yet. You haven't gotten your quote unquote nigger moment yet. And if they saying stuff like that and it did happen to them and they saying they ain't never had that problem, 9 times out of 10 they're lying. And they better be understanding something too. If it weren't for indigenous born quote unquote blacks that's indigenous here in the Americas, North Central and South America, it wouldn't be possible for y'all to even come over here, period. When we want standing up and fighting the systematic white supremacy, for y'all to go over here so y'all could get a taste of what y'all call that good life. And that's exactly the type of psyche that Victor Cruz is all about. You know, he see that check, he see this. Oh, he's already conformed. It's already too late. He's already conformed. You know, he could probably go ahead and open up his own salsa school or something with the money he getting. But you know what? Fuck Victor Cruz. Because guess what? Your little thing, because we know for a fact the white supremacists, they was always get some old misguided, misinformed, and uneducated Negro with an Uncle Ruckus complex to come out here and stick a camera right in front of them and then talk that noise. And then really don't believe the BS that they talk about. Victor Cruz ain't no better than that old goofball sheriff up there in Milwaukee County, David Clark, who was talking all that tough talk until the uprising happened. And then when the gas station went up, by just about a dozen kids wasn't no riot. That's an uprising. Let's get that right. Guess what David Clark did? He ran behind the skirt of one of his spokeswomen like a scared little boy, bitch ass. But I can't. Anybody that know me know I can't stand. I hate David Clark. I hate everything about him. And Victor Cruz kind of remind me so much about him. You know. So just fuck Victor Cruz. Now, I want to get to y'all about what I was saying about the national anthem and why I said that should be abolished along with the Confederate rag, because that there was not a symbol. It's nothing more than just a symbol of oppression. It's also been like that. But before I get out there to what I said, I need to put one more dig at Victor Cruz, and this is a fact. How can Victor Cruz talk about Colin Kaepernick saying, "Oh, you got to," saying like that, "You got to stand up, you got to respect the flag"? But let's talk about you, Mr. Cruz. Let's talk about how you was out there disrespecting your fiance by tricking. But then you want to state it's imperative to respect the flag? If that isn't a big bowl of hypocrisy, I don't know what is. Let me tell Mr. Salsa Dancer, Mr. La Bamba, this La Bamba motherfucker. No, and this ain't no dig. No offense against like the, this joker just got me pissed off right now. Apologies for the La Bamba comment and stuff like that. It's not against like that because few of my closest friends and allies happen to be of Spanish descent, so nationality and origin. I'm sorry. Just Victor Cruz just kind of got me hot right now with this. But as far as the national anthem is concerned, the person who wrote it, is by the name of Francis Scott Key. He's the writer of the U.S. national anthem. White supremacist, and he was a slave owner. He once said, and this coming from an excerpt from HiddenColorsFilms.com, you can look it up yourself, that Africans in America are a distinct and inferior race. Which basically meant that, this is proof for even more that when they brought few of our people over in bondage and have not only buck down or bow down to their beliefs, their religion, this is more proof of that right there. And Francis Scott Key is no different. See, the thing is, with a lot of these white supremacists and a lot of these trolls, they think like when we speak on that, we speaking based on emotion. Nah, I based on logic and facts, because you don't think we're going to get out there, we're going to do the research. You don't think we're going to get out there and get the information that needed. When I said in my podcast Friday, on White Thug Friday, that whites make up about 60% of the population, but they get arrested for 70% of the crimes, but they never see a day of jail. And FBI 2014 statistics clearly show that 84% of the crimes that are committed in this country are committed by white people, most of whom the victims happen to be white, if not black, or Hispanic, or Asian. Now, I know it's going to be a few trolls that's going to come out. I'm expecting that. I'm really, really expecting that. I'm really expecting that, and it's gonna be no surprise that it is. Because like a white supremacy just recently, um, shoot, I'll jump on that another time. I suggest, if you think you don't believe me about Francis Scott Key, get this book called Snowstorm in August. It's written by Jefferson Morley. It talks about Washington City, Francis Scott Key, and the forgotten race riot of 1835. Check that book out. Go to page 40 about Francis Scott Key's Star Spangled Banner. No doubt, like I said, he was a racist, whether it's in the past or not, but it's an uncomfortable part of American history, and it needs to come out. I suggest everybody Google it up and look up Francis Scott Key. Just look it up right there. But you know what? You know, all these guys, like you got a Peckerwood that's over there. He went on social media burning a jersey of Colin Kaepernick. You know, and Colin Kaepernick is proving them right. It just goes to show you the racist hypocrisy when it when it comes to white people. You know, when it comes to the black athletes, we only good for them. We all right as long as we entertain them. Whether it's running 50 or 75 yards to catch a football, or bouncing the basketball down the court and dunking like Vince Carter, or going ahead and putting on a show freestyling or rapping, or or tap dancing and doing all this stuff like that, or doing a comedy show. We all right. We cool with them. They tolerate you as long as you entertain them. Like lions and tigers in a circus. Even pretty soon, those lions and tigers gonna get tired of that bullshit, and they gonna start turning on their tamers. Which is one reason why you never see a wolf in a circus, or in the zoo for that matter, because you ain't gonna control no wolf. Period. So like I said, kudos go out to Colin Kaepernick for doing what he did, for taking a stand. And like I said, I applaud that brother, and I stand behind him 110%. Like I said, my chat room is open. If anybody want to go in there, they can go ahead and go in there right now. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you over there, Facebook and Twitter, YouTube. I want to hear from y'all. But but it's just how ironic. But my thing is like this, like I said, you know, fuck the national anthem and Francis Scott Key as well, because that whole thing needs to come down. Period. Just as much as the Confederate flag belong in the museum, that shit belong in the museum, or belongs in the dirt or something. But Victor Cruz, man, you the one that you just need to shut the fuck up. You'd have been better off not saying nothing at all, because like, excuse me, like Cam Newton, that comment of yours was so asinine. It's just totally like ridiculous, because like I said, he doesn't have to stand up for it, but like, understand, Colin Kaepernick know what he's standing for. And he know for a fact that, yeah, look, regardless of that, his mom white and his father black, he's still black. But he was raised by a white couple in Wisconsin. But they kept it 100 with him. And kudos to Colin Kaepernick's parents that live up in Wisconsin for keeping that 100. Telling him, like, when he was little, that, you're going to experience things and you're going to be treated different from your other siblings. Basically just letting them know that they shot a code to him, let them know that, hey, they're going to look at you as being black. So they're going to treat you a whole lot different. They're going to treat you a whole lot different. And they're always going to look at us different. They're always going to treat us different. Because, see, that's out of fear. And people always going to feel what they don't understand. See, with the white supremacists, they always been that way. If they can't understand it or can't control it, they try to kill it. Animal, mineral, or vegetable. Because, see, they're the ones who's going around this country. They're causing the most chaos. They're causing the most this and that and everything. Now, just imagine. Think about this. Picture this for 1 second. Say, like, if the San Francisco 49ers went to the Super Bowl this year and they win it, those same white people who criticize and troll and Colin Kaepernick nigger this and this and that and all that, they'll be the main ones right out there in the middle of San Francisco streets, up there rioting and everything because the team won. Because that's what they do. But they want people like Kaepernick just to shut up and just play. You getting paid $115 million. So how is you being oppressed? That's why I say, man, if you waste your time, to my brothers and sisters, you waste your time. Don't waste your time and don't argue with these white supremacists who come on here and they troll your posts, they troll your channels, they troll the podcast because they still living in this damn la-la land. They still live in this dang la-la land. And they still haven't learned nothing of what went down in Dallas and in Baton Rouge. And, what Colin Kaepernick said, he also support the Black Lives Matter movement. Well, I done mentioned them plenty of times too. And I understand that hashtag Black Lives do matter. And they do matter because we the ones getting knocked off out here in the streets. We the ones getting killed with impunity. But the minute you have somebody like Colin Kaepernick, he's an athlete, like his predecessors before him, Paul Robeson, Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, Jesse Owens, Tommy Smith, John Carlos, he has a platform and he's using it to speak about social injustices. Just like a few months ago back in June that Jesse Williams did at the BET Awards. But if you notice that that it seems like this is the year 2016 is the year of the biracial, I hate to use that term, biracial soldiers. Because see, like, it's these brothers the ones who stand in the front lines, who in the trenches. Now, I don't see none of these so-called, quote-unquote, gangster rappers, the Young Jeezys, if you want to call Drake a gangster rapper, but then again, I digress. I don't see none of them around. Where are they? Just like in 2005 of this month in August, when Katrina slammed into New Orleans, I didn't hear none of these rappers coming out saying nothing about it. Only Kanye West had the balls to get out there and say that George Bush don't like black people, which he was absolutely right. And see, so what I see is the same thing. What Colin Kaepernick would have said, I'd have said the same thing, and I took a stand on that. But don't be surprised you're going to have some idiotic white person that try to get out there and may want to try to do harm to our young brother. And see, we as a people, we can't allow that. You threatening this young brother's life, it's going to be a problem. You're going to have a problem. You same jokers that come out here, got this feel-good fantasy in your feeble little mind, talking about you want a race war, bro, you don't want that. Trust me. Self-delusionals. That's what the fuck y'all is. And Victor Cruz, he can eat a dick for all I'm concerned. Fuck him and fuck the Giants too, because they can't talk. You know, Victor Cruz need to be more concerned about, lying for that piece of shit woman beater that got us a kicker, Josh Brown, the white thug that you got over there, and a few of the other Giants players sticking up for them. So right now, they done lost, as far as the New York Giants go, to me, they done lost all credibility, period. They done lost all credibility with me, period. Because they covered up for Josh Brown. And then Victor Cruz, you got the nerve to get out here and you want to try to throw Colin Kapernick under the bus because of what because he took a stand for something that was right. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Go motherfucking salsa cream your ass somewhere else with that crap. Yeah. And to all the white hate trolls that talking about, oh, well, you got to respect the flag and say national anthem and all that stuff. Yeah, y'all went after Gabby Douglas because she didn't put her hand over her heart, but y'all didn't say nothing about them three white boys in the Olympic. The wrestlers didn't do it. Donald Trump, your boy Trump didn't do it. What you got to say about that? I'm waiting to hear from the trolls on this one. What's their excuse? I didn't go for that shit when I was in elementary school, and I still don't buy into that crap now. So, Colin Kaepernick, keep doing you, man. Fuck them. If you listening to this podcast, do you, bro. And we stand behind you. I stand behind you 10 million %, as well as the rest of the Melanoid Nation stand behind you. Well, this is mostly what I got. That's all I got for right now. But before I sign off, first thing first, I want to give a shout out and show some love if you're in the Liberty City area in South Florida, in Miami. You're looking for a good Caribbean cuisine. You want to get more bang for your buck. Get a special, whatever like that. Holler at my man over at Kai's Kitchens 305. That's on 762 Northwest 62nd Street in Miami. Shoot, he got the $5 lunch specials going, and you get more bang for your buck. Trust me, I know. I'm a big supporter of his. And if you're looking for some pro-black or Afrocentric apparel, gear, or if you just need to you got some shoes that you need to repair, holla at my man Tyrone Green, Mr. Green, over at Green & Sons, which is right there next door to Kai's Kitchen on Northwest 62nd Street and 7th Avenue. I mean, he's got a lot of things in there too. And for the gospel oriented, he has some stuff there for you too as well. That's Green & Sons Shoe Repair. And speaking of shoes, like I said, for all the guys who like to go ahead and hit the club or one of those special occasions or weddings or something like that, you want to look your best, holler at Rasul's, man, which is on Northwest 7th Avenue, 6301 Northwest 7th Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Talk to Ronald Malik. He the one that runs the place, and he can outfit you with the best of everything. Trust me. But this your main man. This your boy. This Mr. O. And like I said, and shout out, I'm sorry. I've almost forgot. I'm getting too ahead of myself today. Also, too, support the Bank Black movement. I'm a very stern supporter of them and all that. We have our own black-owned bank right down here in Miami. And it happens to be One United Bank, which is the largest black-owned bank in the country. And it's on 3275 Northwest 79th Street in Miami. That's 3275 Northwest 79th Street in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Take our black dollars and we put it into the black-owned bank, make an economic power base, and we can move some things. Black dollars matter. Black dollars scares them. This your main man. This your humble servant. This your man. This Mr. O. Going ahead, signing off. Peace out.